What's up? This is The One, and you're watching The Sport of Kings.
Wildcats. What they call me, the one and only. I make sure your girl is never lonely.
It's the Sport of Kings, Maryland Miami.
Welcome to Week 4 of The Sport of Kings. I'm your host, the one and only Jodecideion. Before we get started, let's take a look back at Week 3 in a little segment I like to call, What Have We Learned? What have we learned? It's time for the contenders and pretenders to separate. And they did during Week 3. The Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions, teams that haven't been good since the 90s, are now good again. And they've proved that by winning in places they haven't won since the 90s. Both beating teams that have had dominance over them for the past 10 to 15 years. The New England Patriots and the New York Jets, both teams that seem instant lock for the AFC Championship game. They have no defense. The Patriots, you could throw on them all day long. And the Jets, you could definitely run on them. Finally, the Washington Redskins, who allow a team that didn't score a touchdown to beat them, even though they are 2-0. They allow a team that had a broken quarterback, a broken running back, and no receivers beat them. Yeah, pretender. That's what we learned in Week 3. Now it's time to see who for Week 3. Completing 16 passes, throwing for 254 yards and 4 touchdowns. Eli Manning of the New York Football Giants is your beast mode quarterback. Rushing for 171 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns. Darren McFadden of the Oakland Raiders crushed the New York Jets and is your beast mode running back. First time on the field, first time with a catch, Torrey Smith, rookie receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, caught 3 touchdowns for 150 yards in their first quarter alone. Torrey Smith is your beast mode receiver. Getting 5 quarterback sacks, catching 1 interception, and causing a fumble that you also returned for a touchdown. The Baltimore Ravens even kept St. Louis Rams at only 7 points the whole entire game. The Baltimore Ravens is your all beast mode defense for Week 3. And finally, for your all beast mode special team player, Dan Bailey, rookie kicker for the Dallas Cowboys, kicked 6 field goals to help the Cowboys defeat the Redskins Monday night. Dan Bailey is your all beast mode kicker, special team player. Eli Manning, Darren McFadden, Torrey Smith, Baltimore Ravens defense, and Dan Bailey, all for Week 3. It's now time for the one and only predictions for Week 4. Going 0 for 3 last week with an overall record of 5-6, here are my picks for the best 4 games of Week 4. The 3-0 Detroit Lions heads to Jerry World to play a high noon shootout with the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys were impressive beating the Redskins on Monday night, but they're still injured. The Detroit Lions broke a 15-game streak against the Minnesota Vikings last week, and they're playing good on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. The fan of me says, how about them Cowboys? But with players like Megatron and Sue on their side, I can't see how the Detroit Lions lose this game. The Lions win. In the South Side of Texas at noon, the Houston Texans host the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Texans lost last week, being pretty much outgunned and overpowered by the New Orleans Saints. The Steelers are now on a 2-0 winning streak after getting dominated by the Baltimore Ravens in Week 1. I think the Houston Texans have more offense than the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I believe the Steelers have more defense than the Houston Texans. So I'm going with Pittsburgh to win the game. Game 3, a 3 o'clock affair. The New England Patriots heads to Oakland to play the Raiders. Last week, the Raiders destroyed the Jets, and then the Patriots could outlast the Buffalo Bills. Oakland's been holding on to this this hatred to the Patriots ever since the whole Brady Tuck rule years ago. And I think the Raiders are due for some payback finally. It'll be a big shootout, but eventually I think too much Darren McFadden will help the Raiders win the game. Finally, Game 4, Sunday Night Football, NBC. Faith Hill girl, please eat something. Damn, you skinny right now. The New York Jets head to Baltimore to play the Ravens. It's basically the original defense versus version .1. Which one's better, the G's or the new school? Well, last year when they played this game, the Baltimore Ravens gave it to the Jets and gave it to them good. I expect a lot of Ray Rice, a lot of Ray, and Ed Reed to definitely win this game for the Ravens. There you have it, guys. My picks for Week 4. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope to see you back next week on The Sport of Kings. This is The One. Peace.